Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do a proper video on branded Chimera. I'm gonna go through a few combos first, and I'll go through the deck profile. Currently, we do not have the Nightmare Sorceress. We don't have any of the new Diabell stuff. It's just the bare bones basic branded Chimera, and we'll just go ahead and get to it. Now, for the main combo, you want to start off with either a Mirror Sword Knight in hand, or better yet, Cornfield Kotal. Doesn't really matter. Better to have the Kotal in hand so you can discard it, add the Mirror Swords Knight off of it, and then all you're doing with Mirror Swords Knight is normal summoning, tributing it to special. So we'll go ahead and just do that. So say we have Kotal or Mirror Swords Knight in hand. Again, one card combo. Activate Kotal. We'll discard it to go get us our any illusion. We'll get Mirror Swords Knight. We'll normal summon Mirror Swords Knight for turn. We'll activate its effect, tribute for cost, do special monster that mentions Chimera Fusion from our deck. We'll special Big Winged Baphomet. Now we'll activate Big Winged Baphomet effect on summon to let us add a level 4 beast and or a Chimera Fusion, or both. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll add the Chimera Fusion, and the beast will be Gazelle, the king of mythical beasts. Mythical claws. Once we have these in hand, we'll just go ahead and activate the fusion, fuse the Gazelle, king of mythical claws, and the Big Wing Baphomet on field. And we'll go straight into Chimera, the king of phantom beasts. And we'll chain it this way. We'll go, you want Big Wing Baphomet and Gazelle, the king of mythical claws, to either be chain link 1 or chain link 2, just so you can chain block. So we'll just go Gazelle, chain link 1 to add an illusion from deck to hand. Chain link 2 will be Big Wing Baphomet. We'll target any illusion engraved and special it. We'll just be targeting the Mirror Swords Knight. Chain link 3 will be Chimera, the king of phantom beasts, to rip a card out of your opponent's hand at random during the end phase. So this will resolve, we'll bring back out Mirror Swords Knight, and then Gazelle will trigger to let us add an illusion. Now again, we don't have any of the new Legacy of Destruction illusion monsters, so we can either add Mirror Swords Knight, another Corn Kotal to the hand, or what I'm playing the Emissary from the House of Wax. So I'll just add that to my hand. Then since we control a Chimera, the king of phantom beasts, we'll activate it to add it back to our hand. And now what we'll do from here is we'll take this Chimera Fusion, we'll set it. In phase, we'll rip a card out of our opponent's hand, and then we'll pass turn. They go during their main phase. We let them pass, and currently right now in 1, 2, 3, 4 summons, we have a targeting negate and a generic monster negate, since we control Chimera, the king of phantom beasts. So let's say it's your opponent's turn now, they do whatever, they go main phase, they do something, we'll just chain Sword Knight, we'll tribute it for cost because it's a quick effect. To special, we'll special our second Baphomet. And then we'll go Baphomet effect to add again. Again, we're just going to add Gazelle and our second Chimera Fusion, if it's not already in hand. So now we have 3 cards in hand. Our negates are still live. At this point, on res, we'll activate the Chimera Fusion. What we're going to do is, depending on the matchup, but we're going to fuse Chimera, the king of phantom beasts, and Big Wing Baphomet, because we want the king of phantom beasts, Chimera, the king of phantom beasts, in the grave. We'll go straight into Baphomet, the mythical king of phantom beasts. And then again, we're going to want to chain block. We'll go chain link 1, Baphomet, the mythical king of Phantom Beast, and Chainlink 2 will be Big Wing Baphomet to target his special again. We'll just target Sword Knight and special just so we could get a light and or a light out the grave. And then mythical Baphomet, the mythical king of Phantom Beast. We'll go ahead and let us send an illusion, a beast, or a fiend from our deck to the graveyard. And depending on what you're playing, we can send anything, any of the illusions, any beast, any fiend, adjunct even. But what we're going to send is the end of Anubis. And on res of that, we'll go Chimera, the king of Phantom Beast. We'll banish. We'll target the end of Anubis engraved that we just sent to special it out to the field. So now we have the graveyards locked down. Cards and graves, if they activate, their effects will be negated, and any card that targets a card in the graveyard effect will be negated as well. Not only that, if they get rid of the Anubis, we still have mythical Baphomet, the mythical king of Phantom Beast, which counts as Chimera, the king of Phantom Beast, with a Kodo negate and a Mirror Swords Knight negate that we could banish. Monster negate and a targeting negate still engraved. That's one basic combo. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And also, if this leaves, we could leave during our opponent's turn. We could banish Baphomet, the mythical king of Phantom Beast. We could just target the Chimera, king of Phantom Beast, and bring him back out if they happen to get rid of him. And then now we still have Chimera, the king of Phantom Beast on the field, which will just make the Sword Knight and the Kodo still live if they happen to get out, if they happen to get rid of it. Now, if Anubis is on the field, we won't be able to do that. But if they happen to get rid of Baphomet, the mythical king of the Phantom Beast, and the end of Anubis, then on res, if this leaves the field, we have that Baphomet to banish in order. So now we can activate cards without them being negated in the graveyard to bring back Chimera, king of Phantom Beast. Only if this leaves. But if this doesn't leave, then pretty much your board is just this. Pretty much, it just stays like this. But if, again, if the Anubis leaves and this just so happens to leave, we fail to negate something or it doesn't get targeted and removed, now the mythical king, Baphomet, mythical king of Phantom Beast can be activated, engraved, banish, special this back, and our negates are live. Also, if you're playing Emissary from the House of Wax in hand, say you're playing against Tenpai, as soon as your opponent declares an attack, what he does is you can special this on the field. It can't be destroyed by battle because it's an illusion. But at the end of that battle phase, you can activate this effect. This effect is that it allows you to negate face-up attack position monsters your opponent currently controls at the end of the battle phase. They can't change their battle position, their effects are negated, and they can't be used for a Link, XYZ, Fusion, or Synchro materials. And that effect is static. It lasts until the start of the opponent's next battle, start of their battle phase. Which is why I'm playing this. Again, I don't own the new ones, but Emissary from the House of Wax can be pretty good if your opponent just glazes over it, doesn't know what it does, and they just swing. Now they're locked out of Zeus because say they're Exceed, can't be used as Exceed's material. Their Tenpais don't do anything because they used all their board blowing up cards, and they can't destroy your illusions by battle anyway. So that's why those are really helpful. And if you survive, again, you have a Chimera Fusion, Gazelle in hand. With when Chimera leaves, again, if they get rid of it, it's engraved to be recycled during your opponent's next turn. But yeah, that's pretty much the basic combo. One card combo, you just need Kodo and or Mirror Swords Knight. Now, with the Branded Fusion line, if you open any one of those in Branded Fusion, easy 2-card combo. I love it with Branded Fusion because if your opponent has a negate for the Branded Fusion, all they can do is ash it. So say you open these two, that's perfect. you bait an ash with that, or you discard this to bait an ash. But usually you'll go for this first and see if they let you get into your fusions. Because if they do, you will come out with an Omni Negate. But if you open, again, not just a starter Kodo or Mirror Swords Knight, if you have Branded Fusion, Kodo Mirror Swords Knight, and Triple Tactics more than likely will be live if they have any hand traps. Because you activate Branded Fusion right off the bat in the main phase, they either let it go through or they ash it and you Triple Tactics, look at their hand, rip another card, they're minus 2 cards, and you still have full combo with your Mirror Swords Knight or Kodo in hand. And if you can't full combo, at least you know what's in your opponent's hand and you put them down a card. But let's say opponents, again, if they have a hand trap for Branded Fusion, we have Triple Tactics, we're going to look at their hand. But if we don't, if it's just these two, say we can't full combo, we don't need Triple Tactics, right? Activate Branded Fusion. Now you can send Albaz and you can send Gazelle in order to go into a Renbrum. And then you'll get Gazelle's effect to add. But instead of that, we'll just go Fallen of Albaz. And a light Hex Sealed Fusion straight into Albion. If we could find it. Albion. And from here you can activate Albion's effect, banish itself and Albaz to go straight into a Mirror Jade. Right? Banish them both going to Mirror Jade. Or you could banish the fusion if you're afraid of Super Poly or the Albion being taken. You could banish the Albion and the Hex Seal, but usually I'll just banish the Albaz and the Hex Seal, just so there are no Lightning Darks in my graveyard. And from there we have Dragoon. And from there on out, again, that's a 2-card combo. We just activate Kodo, get the Mirror Swords Knight, and then full combo into the hand rip, set Chimera, Anubis, or whatever fiend or beast you're playing, spicy against the specific deck. I don't know, depending on your build. We still full combo and go off just with the Dragoon in play, which is pretty nice. Now, you could do the same, but instead of that, we could go straight into, we'll go Albaz, and instead of Hex Seal, we'll just go straight into send a Gazelle. We go straight into a Renbrum. Then we'll go Gazelle effect because it was used as fusion material. We'll add an illusion. So we either add Kodo, or since we already have Kodo in hand, if we did it, we would add Kodo or Mirror Swords Knight. But since we have Kodo in hand already and we could dig into it, we'll just go Mirror Swords Knight anyway. Now, if we activate Kodo and our Kodo gets negated, for some reason, we still have Mirror Swords Knight in hand. But we'll activate it and we'll just add any illusion from deck to hand. So we'll just go ahead and add the Emissary from the House of Wax to hand. And now it's all pretty much the same. Normal Mirror Swords Knight, tribute it. Where is it? Special Baphomet effect. We'll add a second Gazelle and Chimera Fusion. Activate Chimera Fusion. Now, you can keep the Renbrum on the field if you want to, but it's a winged beast. But since we already used the Gazelle effect to add back when he's used as fusion material, we could think on what we want to go into next. Now, if you really want to, you could fuse these two and just go straight into a Draco Stapelia, but we're not gonna do that. Or Muddy Mud Dragon, but that's something we're not gonna do. We'll just go for the basic combo: Gazelle, Berfomet. Into Chimera, King of the Phantom Beast. Again, Chainlink 1 Berfomet targets the Sword Knight. Chainlink 2 will be Chimera, King of the Phantom Beast to rip a card out of our opponent's hand. We can special this back, and then second or main will add the Chimera Fusion back to hand. We'll set it, we'll go the end phase, rip a card out of our opponent's hand. Alright, then we pass turn, we go. Same old. Your opponent activates anything. They activate anything from the extra deck. We'll just activate Rimbrum, and then negate it, and then bounce a card on the field back to the hand. Or just chain Mirror Swords Knight. Special Berfomet. Berfomet will trigger his effect. Add that and Gazelle. And now, during our opponent's turn, we have, if they commit more to the board, we still have our negates, Mirror Swords Knight and Kotal, targeting negate, engrave. Or we just go Chimera Fusion. And what we can do is use the Gazelle, Berfomet, and if you really want to be spicy, Rimbrum. Because if we would fuse again into we could fuse into the Berfomet Mythical King of the Phantom Beast if you want to set up the end of Anubis line again to bring him back out. But instead, we're going to keep him on the field, use the Rimbrum, Berfomet, and Gazelle, and we're going to go straight into a Guardian Chimera. And with this, we get to pop 2 cards and draw 1. We'll use that as Chainlink 3. Chainlink 2 would be Berfomet, target Mirror Swords Knight. Chainlink 1 will be Gazelle to add an illusion. So 3, we'll go ahead and special. No, yeah. 3 will be Chimera. So we'll draw 2, whatever these 2 cards. No, we pop 2, draw 1 because we use 1 from the hand. So we'll draw 1 card. It'll be Super Poly. Chainlink 2 will be the Gazelle to add an illusion. We'll just add Kotal just to get him engraved, and we can search for Mirror Swords Knight. And then 3 will be Berfomet to bring Mirror Swords Knight back out. So again, we're plus 2 cards. Negates are still live from the Mirror Swords Knight and Kotal if we haven't already used their effects. Your opponent's down 2 cards since we popped 2 on the field. And if they go and summon anything, we could just chain Rimbrum, targeting itself and Albaz. Special 1, banish the second. I'll banish the Rimbrum. We get special back Albaz, and then we'll just go Albaz effect on summon. We'll go ahead and discard to fuse on their board. And if your opponent has a if they have a Dark Magician, then RIP. But if they have a Fusion, Exceed, Link, or whatnot, we can go and fuse into either a Draco Stapelia, if it's a Fusion, or we could just go Muddy Mud Dragon if they're both dark and different types. Or more than likely, you're going to wait and use the Rimbrum effect to bring Albaz out to take their extra deck monster, and then fuse the Albaz and their extra deck monster into a Mirror Jade. And then we'll have Mirror Jade's effect to trigger, since we have Albion in the extra deck still. And then we can just banish a face-up monster. But yeah, this is, again, Branded Chimera. It's a fun deck. I like it a lot. It's chill, it's cool. And next turn, again, if your opponent manages to make the board, we draw into Super Poly. If they're playing Tenpai or anything, we added the Sari from the House of Wax in hand, like a special itself. Can't be destroyed by battle. Can't be destroyed by battle. And yeah, you can just play a lot of stuff. It's a versatile per se, depending on what your opponent's playing. But yeah, I like the deck. It's interesting, and I hope you guys like the video. I'll go straight into the deck profile in the next video. I'll make a video about that later. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.